Good morning, member of the board. This is Harry. I'm glad not being able to attend today's meetings due to personal reason. However, I have reviewed the situation thoroughly and I would like to present my recommendation for the replacement of our current project manager, Paul Stolz. Based on the urgencies of the projects and the files of shortlisted internal candidates, I believe we need someone with a firm leadership style, strong organizational skills, and ability to drive results in the multicultural environment. Let me briefly summarize the four internal candidates under consideration. The first candidate is Ruth. Ruth, she is a sales manager for Central Europe. She's assertive and highly result-oriented. She sets clear goals, strict deadlines, and monitors her team closely. She thrives under pressure and excels at meeting targets. She also shows that she is a good listener and takes staff appraisal seriously. And the second candidate is Eduardo. He is a manager of new business. He is a people-centered leader, and he emphasizes team harmony, exclusiveness, and resolving staff issues. His strength lies on interpersonal relationships and group decision making. The other candidate is Kazuo. He is a Japanese. He is manager of business support unit. He is disciplined, loyal, and deeply committed to company's goals. He is emphasized collectively responsibilities, extensive consultation, and high work ethics, but his approach may be a little rigid for the time-sensitive project. And the last is Martina. Yes, Martina. He's in the IT department manager. She very ambitious, structures and goals focused. She's empowered her team to expect strict adherence to instructions. Her use of quickly goal tracking and performance incentives demonstrates a strong management discipline. After careful consideration, I recommend the first candidate, Ruth, as the best candidate to replace Paul Stolz as project managers. That's because our key current projects issues missed deadlines and low team morals. So for the first problem, missed deadlines maybe indicate a lack of control, poor time management, or weak accountabilities in current project. Among the four candidates, Ruth is direct, no nonsense approach is exactly what we need to turn this around. She brings clarity, strong leadership, and proven ability to meet targets under pressure. I think she's uncompromising about time. She definitely states that deadlines must be met at all costs. She sets clear goals, gives detailed instructions, and monitors progress closely. Her hands-on performance-driven styles ensure that no task slips through the cracks. So she doesn't tolerate excuses, and that kind of discipline is exactly what this faltering project needs right now. In contrast, I think Eduardo values consensus and team harmony well right for long-term team cohesion. His slow, proof-based decisions making styles and lack of firm deadlines make him ill-suited for urgent turnaround situation. About Kazuo also promotes group consultation and harmonies, holding open-ended meeting and avoid conflict. His approach to process focused, which could lead to decision, lead the decision paralysis in a time-sensitive project. And the last, Martina, she is results-oriented and make quickly decisions, which is promising. However, she maybe delegates executions, follows the staff, expecting them to carry out instruction to the letters. It means in the struggling projects that make Chris passive execution without enough management follow-up, we could prevent pose or store mistake. Yes. And I think for the second problems, now we had a big problem about morals in project team. Yeah, the moral in project team is low, right? And low morals is often fueled by confusion, lack of direction, sense of failures, or underrated. While the first class growth is strict and high expectation leadership styles may not seem ideal for improving morale, it's actually exactly what the team needs at the stage of failing projects. Why I think that because Ruth offers structures and clarities which reduce uncertainties. Her clear goals, detailed instructions, and hands-on involvement provide team members with a sense of stability and purpose. People often feel more secure and motivated when expectations are unambiguous and leadership is active. Accountability drives performance. Ruth's insistence on meeting deadlines and her readiness to admit mistakes create a culture of responsibilities. This can re-engage demoralize employees by making everyone, including leadership and accountable. That shared pressure can unify the team under the result-driven mission. For this problem, we compare to the others. I think Eduardo is friendly. Yeah, he's very friendly and empathetic, which may comfort for the team temporarily, but his lack of decisiveness and time-consuming buildings will not resolve the urgencies or poor results that cause the moral issues in the first place. Kudos is disciplined but rigid. He avoids disagreement and expect overwork. Yeah, he expect overwork. We could actually worsen morals by creating fear rather than motivation. Martina is organized and assertive, but she believes everyone is motivated by money. So, and this regards regular feedback process like staff appraisals. This shows she may miss deeper emotional and interpersonal issues affecting morale. And for me, I think the third for consideration is international team experience, especially in major European countries, and the candidate needs to show how they adapt to culture, right? And Ruth roles as a sales manager for Central Europe, and she still suggests the most relevant exposures to multinational team dynamics compared to others. And her professional sales perspective may feel strong sense to do the surveys about customer service. That's combined with her structured and accountability leadership styles will make her the best candidates to manage multicultural and high-pressure projects. So, in conclusion, I strongly recommend Ruth as the replacement for Paul Stoll. Her clear, disciplined leadership is exactly what needed to address missed deadlines and restore the morale. Unlike the other candidates, Ruth combines strictly accountabilities with hands-on support, bringing both urgencies and structures to a failing project. Her results rival mindsets and explore to multinational teams dynamics. It also might curve the best fit to turn this team around. So that's all I present. So thank you for your attention, and I trust the board will take this recommendation into consideration. So thank you.